Hello and welcome to the weather update. It's about a quarter to 10 o'clock, and finally, you could see, finally, this crap is finally sinking to the south. It's a very unusual way. You could see the high pressure pushing in from the northeast there. Uh, Very unusual to see this, but at least it's getting pushed to the south, and the rain is getting pushed to the south, and you see nothing on the radar, finally. Nothing on the radar. So let's go take a look at our current conditions out there. We still have these flood advisories in effect, though. Coastal flood advisories remaining in effect until midnight tonight. Still high rip current. We do have the moon getting full, and we have the easterly flow continuing. Coastal flood statement also remaining in effect. High surf for that's going to remain in effect for Jersey. Midnight. So most of these are going to midnight tonight. We'll see if they have to extend them or not. But let's take a look and see what our current conditions are out there. 54 with a dew point of 48 at Islip. Dry air. I wish we could get some of that dry air into the alley. Unfortunately, it's still kind of damp in there. But you can see 54, dew point 48. Dew point's coming down. Dew point 48 also at 48 or 46. 48 at Farmingdale. So, yeah, mid-50s. Nice cool night out there. Our highs obviously only got into the low 60s because we didn't really see much sun. It was just a little bit of a break towards sunset. You can see lows generally the mid-50s, not too much of a range. Temperature will just show you what the clouds breaking up look like tonight. You can see it was nice to see finally after 4 days, finally seeing these clouds break up and this rain in. 4 days of rain. Unbelievable. So let's see how much rainfall we got in the past 24 hours here. And not much. Most areas didn't really get that much additional rain. Some areas out east got a quarter of an inch, but most areas did not see that much additional rainfall. But Jersey did. Looks like they got another half an inch in Toms River. Wow, that's insane. So if we go to 72 hours, Toms River now is at, well, actually, it's not going to show, it's not going to show all the rainfall, but in the past 72 hours, 2.45 inches of rain. That's incredible. Really is just an incredible amount of rain. Doesn't really go back any more than that, unfortunately. So go back to the observations here. So let's look at our statistics for the day. Islip high is 61. That's a full 10 degrees below normal. Normal high is 71. The low of 58 was 3 degrees above normal, so that only puts us 3 degrees below normal for the day, and only 0.09 inches of rain. At Islip, Central Park, only 60. They were 12 degrees below normal on the high. Normal high is 72. And that puts us 7 degrees below normal for the day. So, yeah, very much below normal weather this week. Cool, and, well, we didn't really have any sunshine at all today. So let's go to our MODIS satellite here. So we'll take a look and see what's going on. Got a better view here. So you can see here, there's a lot of smoke up here. So we may be dealing with a little bit of the smoke for the next couple of days here. I told you that smoke would come. It's coming fully around here. It's crazy. If we go look at the satellite here, we'll go to the northern U.S. satellite view here. And we'll put this into the 72 frame so you see what happens here. Look at where the smoke is going. So this is all wildfire smoke over here, you see. And that's all going to rotate down as soon as we can load this satellite loop up. Hopefully we can load it up. Sometimes it has trouble. We'll see if it'll load up. There we go. So you can see, look at all that smoke there. You can see how it's rotating all around. It kind of shows you the ridge. Right here in Canada, right here. You can see right here. There's your ridge. Your ridge is right here. All right. So there's your ridge right there. And that smoke's actually blowing back westward again, believe it or not. It's actually coming from northeast to southwest, which is, again, it's coming from all the way over here. Clear that out of there. It's going from all the way over here, came from all the way over here, went all the way around here, and is now coming back this way. Again, that clockwise circulation around the high pressure ridge right here is what you're seeing. That's why you're seeing that smoke coming in. So, unfortunately, while we will be seeing the sun, I think we'll be having some haze around due to wildfire smoke, but it'll beat the rain that we've been dealing with for sure. Let's go to the. Let's go look at some observations. I'm actually kind of curious about some of those observations and see if they're getting any smoke, like in New Brunswick, or they're reporting smoke. So let me go back to we're at station. It's supposed to be station plot. Why is this not updating? Here we go. All right. So let's go look at some observations here and see if some of these areas in New Brunswick are reporting smoke. Because I am very curious about that. 9-mile-an-hour visibility there at that station, so then I don't seem to be reporting any smoke. Nope, no smoke being reported there at that station. It's probably mainly a loft. Actually, we gotta have to go into a little further north into New Brunswick. So let's go over here. Yep, smoke being reported here at Quebec. So that smoke has come all the way from the west coast of Canada. That's incredible. So you see, they are reporting smoke there in Quebec. Visibility down to 4 or 5 miles. The smoke has traveled that far. That's incredible. That really is incredible. And you can see the conditions that we're dealing with here in the. Under the ridge, we have warm conditions. Obviously, it's now nighttime, so it's not quite as warm as it was earlier. It's in the 50s, but they were into the 70s and even 80s in some of these areas. And you can see how windy it is. Look at the Saskatchewan, still 77 in Saskatoon, 77 degrees with a southeast wind at 20, gusting to 29. And we got to remember, the sun has now set. So I kind of want to look at what, of course, it has to disappear when I move the thing. So, of course, it has to do that. So you can see here, and look at that. They reached 86 degrees today. I mean, it is late September, and it's still hot and dry, which means the fires are going to continue to burn in this area. It's really incredible to see. But this is all part of the what we're dealing with as we deal with the climate crisis. So let's look at the models here, and you'll see that high building in, giving us some dry weather. Enjoy it. We have dry weather for Wednesday and most of Thursday before the rain returns Friday again. Yes, another low pressure backs up because, again, we don't really have a jet stream to move anything along, so we have rain chances again, and they may linger into the first part of Saturday before this thing finally pulls away and another high pressure builds in, and finally we see some ridging to finally at least eliminate the rain chances. But you notice we continue to have these backdoor highs. It's very unusual to see this type of setup in September. Usually it's more of a springtime setup, but and you can see that low there is just, I mean, it's just crazy what's going on. But because of that persistent east flow, we've got to continue to worry about the coastal flooding issues. Let's go to the North American view here so we can look at the jet stream, because this is what the problem is. So you can see, and it continues. We have this huge ridge in Canada, and it's almost like splitting up. The jet stream's basically a mess. There's very little pieces of it here and there. And that continues as we head into October. That continues. So, but you'll notice as more of a ridge builds in the east, we will have warmer weather as we head into October. So let's go to the northeast view. In fact, actually, yeah, we'll keep it on the northeast view, and we'll look at the HRRR next. Should have most of the zeros the HRRR in by now. Most of it. Still don't have all of it in yet. Okay. So, we'll go back to GFS. I'm kind of stalling for time here a little bit. So we'll go to the GFS. We'll go back to the GFS and we'll show you what happened. So you can see this low here. All right. You can see this coastal low develop here. And if we look at the upper pattern here, 500, you see that deep ridging there to the north of Canada. All right. So it does not allow the low, because of the way this ridge is shaped, it does not allow lows to move, normally from southwest to northeast is the move. They're moving in actual reverse. It's very weird, and this continues as we head into October. You'll see the ridge start to change a little bit as we head into October, and I don't want to go too much in the long range, but because of that change, we'll finally at least get rid of the east flow and the rain that we've been dealing with. And hopefully maybe we can actually string together 5 days in a row without any rain, maybe. They need the rain up in Saskatchewan and Manitoba and Alberta, but no, we're the ones that are stuck under it. Because, again, the weather is stuck due to climate change. So let's look at let's go back to the surface here, and we'll take a look and show you how much rainfall accumulation could be possible with this storm. And I'll make this the closer view now. This is the GFS, and you can see it doesn't look too bad. The GFS actually keeps it mostly light now. All right, compared to the earlier run, I think the 12Z had it much heavier. Oh, the 12Z was pretty light too. One of the models people were showing was heavy. I think it might have been the European model, the 12Z European run. Yes, it was the 12Z European that socked the East End with over 2 inches of rain. All right, so this is the 12Z European model, which we're going to look at as well. So here's the 12Z European. All right, staying dry tomorrow. You can see the European already bringing some light rain into the Jersey Shore areas, maybe later Thursday night. And then for Friday, you can see a whole sock of heavy rain just sitting over Long Island and giving us a real soaker on Friday, where it slowly moves out on Saturday. And this is the European again. No reason to believe the European at this point because it hasn't been all that consistent. You can see it's already changed now. It's lighter on this particular run. Let's look at the Icon model. So here's the Icon model. You can see the Icon model keeps a lot of it to the south until later on Friday, and then it would come in later in the evening, and it would mainly be on the light side. So it all depends on the strength of that high. If we look at the Icon, depending on Jersey could get 1 to 2 inches, but maybe out Long Island could only range between maybe as much as an inch in Nassau County to less than a quarter of an inch out east. So it really depends on how this all sets up, and it's out of range of the short range models right now, most of them. So it's really hard for us to really get a gauge on what's going to happen. Let's go to the NAM 12. Of course, the 0Z isn't going to go far enough out for us, but you'll see it's out of the range of the short range models for the most part. Here's the NAM. All right, here's the NAM. All right, so it is within range of the NAM. So you see the NAM doesn't look that bad, but it looks like it soaks Jersey more. But you see, we only have up until midnight. All right, and this would be the NAM, and it would give the heavier rain over New Jersey. But it's really hard to say what's going to happen right now. One I can tell you is Friday. Expect another wet weather day Friday into possibly part of Saturday. And I know we're sick of it. And at least we have this break, so enjoy this 2-day break from the rainy misery. So let's go back to the HRRR now. I should have most of it in by now. All right, we're almost there. So looking at tonight, you'll see, again, east winds continue. Northeast winds, you see the way it's set up here. Could bring some drizzle perhaps into the Jersey Shore, maybe, but... And look at this. See, look what the HRRR is doing. It's already bringing some light rain and drizzle into us Thursday already because of the onshore flow. So, of course, if the HRRR is right, we only get a 1-day break in the precipitation. So... And then we get more rain entering the picture again for Thursday. It's unbelievable, all right? That's the HRRR run, the 0Z run of the HRRR. And you can see the dry air building in here. So we have the dry air for tomorrow, 1 day of it. You can see the east, pretty much an east wind, but then the winds become a little more southeasterly, and this goes out. This doesn't go out quite as far, but you see the moisture starting to stream in here with those easterly winds here on Thursday, all right? So that's a new thing for the HRRR. I don't think the NAM was doing that, bringing the rain in that soon. Hopefully it's not right because I don't really... But tonight's going to be chilly. We could have lows getting down into the 45 to 50 degree range if we get that radiational cooling. Then tomorrow we're going to struggle to reach 70. Probably not make it there. Probably upper 60s to around 70 with the breezy conditions. Tomorrow night we drop back into the low 50s again. And then for Thursday, it's even cooler on the HRRR because it thinks there'll be some clouds and, more light rain around. GFS is warmer because it doesn't see that. All right. Let's take this along a little further here. So you can see here, there's that moisture from the storm. And this is the dew point and wind flow. And you'll see by the weekend, you see the winds become lovely. And then we have more of a southwesterly flow setting up. And then look at that, another easterly flow by Wednesday again. This could be another stall front before another stronger cold front would come through the following weekend. All right. So let's go look at the highs. Temperatures All right, so going to Friday, you could see the cool spot. It would be where the rain is. Looks like it has it mainly to the north and the west of us. And then as we get into Saturday, still remaining cool, 60s. And then finally we get back up into the 70s for Sunday, and then we have a little bit of warm weather here, getting near 80 on Monday, low 80s on Tuesday to start October, before the temperatures drop again as we deal with another spell of easterly winds, and then maybe a little bit of. I mean, I'm going too much into the long range here. I don't want to do that, but I just want to show you that again we have more chances for. So until we're done with this chance of rain. If we get another stall front syndrome, we may have more chances of rain down the line. It's hard right now to predict exactly what's going to happen. Let's go look at the skies. Now, GFS tomorrow has mostly sunny conditions over Long Island. I don't think we're going to have. We'll probably have some clouds around and maybe a little bit of haze due to the smoke. But it should be at least you'll see the sun. And then Thursday, starting off with sun, and then clouds probably increase toward the afternoon. Then we're socked in for Friday. And Saturday, probably still socked in for Saturday, and then maybe we'll clear it out on Sunday. It's as far as we're going to go here on this. And then after that, we have more sunshine. Hopefully, be rid of the rain and can dry out of this misery for a while. Let's go to the RGM next. So here's the RGM. You can see a lot of those cirrus-type clouds over us. Maybe some cumulus as well. Maybe more of a cumulus, a stratocumulus variety or a mid-level variety than cirrus. It's kind of hard. This doesn't really let us differentiate between the cloud layers. But you see definitely Thursday it gets thicker. And then Friday we're socked in. And then Saturday, well, that's as much as we got into Saturday. All right. You can also show precipitation on the RGM as well, which we'll do. And this is the RGM. So the RGM, again, RGM also wants to try to bring in some light rain to Jersey Shore Thursday night. And then Friday, here we go again with the rain again. So enjoy it. We'll talk more about that tomorrow night. I think I don't want to just not think about it. I'm sick of the rain. I really am. It's just ridiculous, and we're going to get more. It's never ending. It really is. So let's talk about the smoke. Go look at the vertically integrated smoke model. So you can see this is the vertically integrated smoke going into tomorrow. You can see looks like it does move over us as we get toward Thursday a little bit. So on Thursday, it looks like we'll get into it, but then it lifts out again. The thickest stuff seems to stay in Canada, which is the good news for us, so we don't have to deal with the thicker smoke. Let's look at the near-surface smoke as well, because they were reporting some near-surface smoke as well. So you can see the near-surface smoke over Canada. Let's see if we get into any of that. Maybe a little bit on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday we may wind up having to deal with a little bit of smoke in the air. I think it's possible you might even smell some. So yeah, but I'll take that over the rain. Take it over the rain. I've had enough of the rain. I really have. So enjoy your break from the rain that we have. So we'll be dealing with it soon enough. It'll be back in the picture again. And we're all sick of it, and it's just misery, and it's horrible. But enjoy tomorrow, and at least we can maybe get part of Thursday in it's dry as well. So this stall front crap is really just worn me down. I'm sick of it. It's not normal, but we see it all the time now due to climate change. And again, when you don't have a jet stream to move things around, this is what happens. Before I go, let's look at a few other things here. I want to point out the coastal flooding risk, so we'll just go to the windy.com model. Or should I do Ventus? We'll use Windy. That's fine. I kind of like their coastal. So you can see the east winds and the elevated. Let's see, as we go into tomorrow, it should die down a little bit. But then it might pick back up again it stays about the same on Thursday. Friday, it might pick back up again a little bit. But I think finally, even on the weekend, we still have it a little bit. So as far as I'll go to Sunday, and you can still see there's just a lot of that easterly flow is just keeping the surf, the water levels kind of high. So it's something to keep in mind. Might as well run this air quality. Let's see if we can do that. PM 2.5. All right, this might show the smoke actually. Be able to use that, so you can see there is some small. Let's see as we go into Thursday. Yeah, you can see some of that yellow kind of come closer to us, though nothing looks terrible. The worst of it's up in Canada, obviously, but yeah, just beware. We might have a little bit of smoke around on Thursday, I think, but I'll take that over what's coming on Friday with more rainy, sucky misery. Anyway, have a good night.